Get rid of the mic stand. It don't work well. How's everyone doing tonight?
Good.
Welcome to Reading. I knew I was in Reading, and the first thing that happened to me when I got out of the car was I was approached by a guy asking me if I sold pot.
Sorry.
I was hoping you could send me to somewhere then. There's a little food for thought to start things out. If abortion is murder, I guess that makes condoms kidnappers. My girlfriend did give me the nickname the Genius Gremlin. How many people here saw Gremlins 2? Yeah, okay, great. So you know that gremlin that drinks the elixir and becomes super smart? Observe. Hey, do you know that pineapple is actually a natural painkiller? Well, now we know why SpongeBob's always so happy. He obviously lives in Vicodin. So I'm originally from Berks County. I live near Philly now, but I'm originally from Berks County. Grew up in the little town of Oley. Anybody familiar with Oley? Yeah. Biggest thing that happens there is the Oley Fair. It's the only community fair I know of that you can go to with the specific intent to purchase a tombstone. I will never understand that. One thing though I did realize about being from Berks County is you lead a very sheltered life. But I didn't realize how sheltered till I took a trip to New York City. And wandering around a Hasidic Jewish neighborhood, saw a Hasidic Jewish gentleman. First thought that comes to my mind and subsequently out of my mouth is, holy shit, there's Amish in New York? My girlfriend at the time was Jewish. That did not go over well. Let me tell you, I'm 100% German. So dating a Jewish girl was interesting as hell. Because for me, pork is a food group. I had to have separate pans, separate plates, separate refrigerator. But when she decided that she wasn't going to take showers anymore because of the Holocaust connotations, that's when I decided we need separate houses. Anybody do online dating?
No.
Couple people over there. What sites did you use? So you say yes, but you really have no response. Way to fake it. Thank you. Correct. I don't think that's exactly an online dating site, but all right, whatever. I met my girlfriend on plentyoffish.com. Anybody hear of it?
Yep.
Yeah. Totally free dating site. You don't have to pay a dime to meet anybody on here. There's like no effort involved. So every time she bitches about my little quirks that I don't take out the trash or paint the house or whatever shit may be that day, I'm like, you know what? You got what you paid for. You want somebody who took life a little more seriously? You should have paid for a membership to Match.com because that's where those people hang out. Not on a free dating site. So, you know, we all got to admit that nightmares can be pretty damn scary, but sometimes reality is a hell of a lot worse. A friend of mine called me up complaining that she had a nightmare about her ex-mother-in-law. She's like, oh my god, after 5 years, this bitch still haunts my nightmares. I'm like, really? Mine lives on my couch. She haunts my reality. Yeah, 5 years on my couch, sitting in a corner, watching TV. You know, we might have like 500 channels. She thinks we have one. SoapNet. Really. And I did not know this, but apparently if you miss an episode of Days of Our Lives, the world stops turning, and you can never again catch up. Ever. It's horrible. And don't ever try to take the remote away from her. She actually flew at me with a fist. I'm like, really? You know, if that would actually make contact, the osteoporosis is probably set in and you will shatter every bone in your upper body. And I will laugh. Thank you. Did you know that the manuscript for Twilight was rejected 14 times before it was actually published? And they say the reason why Twilight is so successful among teens is because they can relate to it. I totally remember sparkling vampires when I was in high school, except I think we called them the Drama Club. So I had a dream the other night that I was carjacked by a black guy. And I woke up worried that this somehow made me a racist. But then I remembered, you know what, I got a black dog and a color TV, I'm fine. I do have a very diverse group of friends, which is actually paid off. I locked my keys in my truck, and my one friend who got it out was a Puerto Rican guy. 5 guys standing around my truck. Puerto Rican guy did it. Under 10 minutes. What was awesome in that 10 minutes it took him to unlock my truck? I also had new rims. Anybody have dogs here? Woo! Okay, what kind of dog you have?
Pomeranian.
Pomeranian? I said dog. That's a cat masquerading as a dog. Anybody else?
She's a lab shepherd mix.
All right, there you go. Pitbull. I have 2 dogs. One of them's given me a lot of props lately. She's chasing the Jewish kids around the neighborhood. I think she's taking being a German Shepherd a little too seriously. Not a big fan of cats. I mean, they're all right, but I'm not a big fan of them. Because, I mean, really, I think they have a hidden agenda. As much as they lick themselves, they got to have their own webcam business somewhere. Give that one a minute. So, 2012 is here. Big thing that's happening in 2012, the end of the world. Anybody buy into that? No? No? Good, good. Neither do I. However, I have an aunt who does buy into it. And she is going crazy, stocking up on shit and putting it in her basement for the end of the world. I don't know why, because if the end of the world comes, why she needs all these canned goods, but whatever. She has me and my mom take her to Sam's Club. And we're walking around, and she's throwing all this canned shit in the cart. My mom's got 5 dogs. So she's getting a couple bags of dog food. My aunt starts flipping out. You can't worry about your dogs, worry about yourself. Don't worry about your dogs. My mom's just standing there dumbfounded. And I'm like, you know what? We're just thinking ahead. Because while you're holed up in your basement with your 50 million cans of refried beans, we're fattening them up and having steak. Oh, 1 billion Chinese people can't be wrong. Really. Hey, do you know that crocodiles are incapable of sticking out their tongues? Yeah, it's true. I'd really like to meet the guy who discovered that. Would he taunt a crocodile for an hour? I can just picture this guy standing there going, nah, 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 nah. Can't stick out their tongues. I'd really like to shake his hand, providing he still has one. So I'm not very politically correct at all, because, you know, I think they just go way overboard with this. I mean, illegal aliens are now undocumented immigrants, right? My drug dealer is an unlicensed pharmacist. Absolutely. So you know you had a great childhood if you've ever built a blanket fort, played in a tub with your rubber ducky, ran around with your imaginary friend. Anybody have a great childhood? Yeah. I had an awesome last week. Great. All right, I'm going to leave you folks with this one. If you take anything away from my set, just realize this, that it is possible to be a complete asshole and a good person at the same time. I mean, I steal candy from babies because candy is bad for babies and they can choke on it. So I'm an asshole for stealing the candy. But I'm a good person because I may have saved that baby's life. Asshole, good person. Here ended the lesson. And my set. Thank you very much.
Everything's all right now.
All right.
Give it up one more time for Miss Gina Stitzer, ladies and gentlemen. That was nice. That was wonderful. You guys ready for your headline?